what you want to do this week is simple. Hey, let me check yours. It's very simple. Yeah, this one is simple. I keep saying, if let's say you use WordPress, you are getting the front end and you are getting the back end. Are you okay with that? It comes with its own database. It comes with its own tables. Let's see sample. Where's file manager? And where is Abdallah? Okay. The VJ cable. I forgot to bring. Okay. I think he's gotten one here, so you can use his thanks. Are you on Slack? Okay, members, let me. So let's see this. This Chinese stuff. These are the individual databases that created automatically. Anytime you create a subdomain or anything like that for the framework, a new database is created. So behind the scene, all this is working for us. Let me see, 838. Where is 838? Let's look at one of these. So this is one of the installations I did, and these tables got created for us automatically. That is 32 tables. So if you were to start from, let's say, your own efforts, aside the front end, the displays going, coming, these are the tables you also need to support support the back end. So if you upload picture, if you upload an article, whatever, login, everything is here. There is a table for tax, there is a table for shipping location, shipping zone, for payment token, the metadata, other items, a table for log for your taxonomy, and then API keys, webhook, what, users, relation, terms, and then you see the post is also here, options, comment metadata. You have to do all these if that is what you want to do. And so, is it? Yes. So, for example, not everywhere you go, like you start from this level up. Are we okay? You really have to know the dirty things happening here. So even if it's created, you want to add a column, you can add column. You want to remove some column, you can remove. To be able to add, let's say, more functionalities, that means you need more tables. So what we are going to do is how to be able to create our own tables, do our own linking. Are we okay? How to create our own tables, do our own linking with PHP. That is what we want to do. Like the Bootstrap side we will download. Now we want to make it database driven. So we will have the interface, but if like there is a registration page, we want to now link that registration to a database, so that when someone registers, it goes to a database. And then maybe we can pull them back, do editing and other things. Are we okay? Have you been able to log in? Please, any questions? That's what we want to see today, or like going forward, creating our database and then our tables, the relationship. Why do you create a relationship between your tables? Primary keys, foreign keys, what. Basically, that's what we are going to look at. For database, we all know what database is, right? What is it?
Database.
Yes.
For database, it's like a table that you create with all the details. Anytime someone logs in, so the details that someone needs to log in. So you know that someone is visiting your site. You actually see the details of the person. If the person is sending a message, you see the details, see their Mr. Donda sent a message, or maybe a particular thing, saving the start of to actually store the record of the
Okay. Any addition? Or like take yourself out of web development world. What is database? If we say database, is it? Data are stored. Okay. Okay. I think they all add up to something good. But we know what, if they say base, we know what it is. If they say here is VBase. VBase. What does it mean? Exactly. With headquarters. So like if you say database, that means database headquarters. That means there is data there. Are you okay? So database is just like a base for data. That is all. So if you have Excel, it's a database. If you have picture, it's a database. If the Word document is a database. Are you okay? Just that there are different. But the concept of database is just like it's data. That is all. So that is basically, and it's difficult if, let's say, you have to create a folder and then be putting people information there and trying to access it over the internet. The person's name, you create a text file, put the name in it. It's difficult. So that is why the need for some relational database. Are we okay? Relational database. And if you say relational, basically is straight away. We are just trying to do walkover before we connect the anything like doing connection. Let's say I have information about are you Otamingi or let's say Bassett, right? Bassett, Malik, Ajia programmer, programmer. Who else? Aziz, Salam, Mansura. Then I have Sapong. How is Lyrica spelled? Ly. Lyrica. Razak. Who again? Memuna. Baki. And critics. I didn't get what I want. Okay, you are Jalil. So you are Jalil, and he's also Jalil, and then Tajuddin, or is this? So let's say we have these names. This is our data, right? So now this is a database. This is a database. So let's say, and you can upload this to a site, right? You can upload this. It is possible, maybe it is even in test. It's still a database, and you can upload to a site. But it comes with its own challenges. That is why you have to structure it in such a way that you'll be able to make good use of the data. So then came in the concept of look at this typical data. What is the challenge we can face? This information we have here, these are names. What are the possible challenges we can have with this? You see? Yeah, duplication of names. Let's say I have this, people are just entering their names. Let's say this is attendance. So people are entering their names. What are the possible challenges we can face? You see? Case sensitivity. So let's say case sensitivity. Yes, what again can we face? If this is our data, this is what we want to connect to our website, what are the challenges we can face? Of course, duplicate is one. If you upload this and there is Jalal here, there is Jalal here, how will you identify Jalal? Which of the Jalals you are talking about? You know, if you have this, you know, there is possibility of misspelling. Are you okay? This is name. Maybe everybody can say this is how my name is spelled. But for example, if I have another sheet here, and let's say this is countries, so I'll have, let's see, the first person. Let's do it this way. So this is name, the person's country, right? Let's say this one is Ghana. This is Ghana. Asia. Where should I take you to? US. Aziz, where will you go? Tanzania. Tanzania. Like Ghana, Tanzania, US, Uganda. I'm not looking at the names, I'm just typing. So let's say Mali, Swame, let's just get some. Now look at this possibility, right? Is that mine? So let's say this is UK, Jamaica, United Kingdom. Now this is yeah, check countries in our son. So let's see this. So we have gender. Let's say male. There is possibility someone will make it M, someone will make it M. Let's say M, F. Male, female, male, so are we seeing what is happening? So now if I come, let's clear this. Let's say I need those from Ghana, right? So we are going to filter. Let's say this is Ghana, right? This is Ghana. So these are those in Ghana. If I need UK, I clear this. But you have to know in mind, these are the possible ways Ghana can be spelled. Are we okay? These are the possible ways the country UK can be spelled. Some can spell it UK. Some will write it United Kingdom. So if you make it this way and someone types whatever they want, you might not be working with the exact data. For example, how many are in Ghana? You go here, you check Ghana, you've gotten 3, but actually someone typed his as GH. Are we okay? So these are the things that trigger relationships in your data. Then in that case, things that people can type wrongly, but you know you have the exact ones, then it should come in your mind that that should be a table. Are we okay? Then it should come in your mind that that should be a table. So here that means we need country. And then let's say Ghana, United Kingdom, Jamaica, Tanzania, or you just give it that way. So that gives a clue this should be a table. Are we okay? Now if we come back here, you see gender, there are possibilities people will also type it wrongly. Some will type M, some will type full male, some will type F, some will type it in full. So that possibility also exists. But look at it this way. Gender, especially in our context, is only 2. Male or female. So in that case, though there is that possibility, but you can decide not to make it a table. So you are violating the first rule that we set, that if there is possibility people can type it wrongly, then you should know that that should be a table. But there is also possibility when you extract, there is no much information there. Country, we can have a lot. It can go many. But gender, if we extract gender, we only have 2. Or if we decide to use this, then this is just what we have, especially in our context. Somewhere else they are telling us gender is not binary, but we are assuming it's binary, so it's just male or female. So in that case, you don't take it out. Now let's see if we want to be fair with the names here. Let's say we want to give them title. So in no particular order, let's say this is Mr. This is Mr. This is Miss. This is Miss. Miss. Mr. Miss. Prof. Doc. Reverend. Sheikh. This is Prof. So in no particular order, let's say Miss. So this is what I have. Come again. Am I being deceived by? There is some pattern where I actually didn't look at them. I was just keying in. Is it? So what are the challenges we can have with title also? For example, if like you have this data and someone comes, I need doctors, right? Then you filter and then you pick let's say doctor, right? Let's see this, if this data can speak well. I have I wanted us to see who has ever requested for linking data before. If you request for the data, you see so many. We need the connections. Others will be spelled like Dr. Doctor. Others in full Doctor. Like CEO. Others will be CEO in full. Others will be Chief Executive Officer in so many different ways. I think it's this. Now, as we try to get that one, let's think around it. What are the challenges we can have with this? Or let's create a table with this. Let's all create this table from the PHP My Admin. If you come here and then you click on this, it will take you there. You will see the username will be there and then the password will be there. So let's log into PHP My Admin. Let's launch our server. Yes, the USB server. That's the PHP folder. And then let's create this table. Have you been able to log in? If you land this and you press on the PHP My Admin, it will take you to the interface here, where it will ask you for username and password. These are the usernames and password. That's if you've not changed it. This is the default. Who has been able to log in? Malik, you've been able. I've linked it to this client. I'm comfortable here than inside there, so I've linked it to this. If you log in, you will see there is a test data, like database called test. So let's just create one. Zongo Hub. You've done a database with Mr. Mohammed. Okay. So we know how to create it. It's a create schema, right? Zongo Hub. Okay. So this is the script that will create. If you do it in PHP my admin, I think you see this code. You see the same code. Let me use let's say USBW. So if I come here and I say Zongo Hub is created. Okay, it didn't show us the script. It didn't show us the script, but this is the script you use. Create schema, then this will create it. Alright, like schema is the same as like database. So if it's I think my SQL Server, then it's create database. Yeah, the database will also work here. So we are creating our database, right? Have you all been able to log in? If you go to here, when you log in and you come here, you can do whatever we are doing. And I have a client that is the Workbench. That's why I've linked the server to this, and I'm using it here. You see the one I created in my admin. When I refresh, it came here. So that is you've off the machine and on it. It's still behaving that way. Off it and on. Off it, yeah. You see it here. No. You will have a different database. You know, you are using your own server, so you will have to create it, right? So let's create it. It's this way. Let's see, drop schema Zongo. So afternoon. How's your wife? So it's gone, right? It's not launching. Off your machine and on it. So let's say there is nothing there. We are now to start creating a database. Yeah, MySQL. If you log into, let me do away with some of these guys so that this can come. If you log in, you see, and you go to SQL, you have an interface where you can do the same. So we are creating a database, and MySQL, they call it schema. So I'm calling it Zongo Hub, and then is what yeah. Slack, their password. The user is admin. But for what we are doing now, that's not what we are using. Yeah. So now we have the base, right? So let's throw in that information. I close the Excel. But I can release, I think, name, country, gender, and then title, profession, and something like that. Where is my data? Yeah. You've created it. So now you have the database. We are going to create table in it. You see? Let's get a common name. Look at the information. What do you think? What the name do you think will fit it? Profile, okay. Someone said you should call it profile. So we've created. That exists already, so that's it. If you are using PHP My Admin, then you have to click that one before you go here, the one you created, so that tables you will create will go under it. Are you okay? If you click this, tables you will create will go under the text, but you want it under this, so you create this, you click on that. Here I can right click and I will say make default. Right, so automatically tables I'll create will go under this. Come again. Yeah. Workbench or any of the clients, MySQL, there's this one too, very light, but sometimes it crashes. They discontinue it, but it's very small, so I like it. If you click to open this, it opens faster than MySQL, the Workbench, but it's the same. This one too is connected, and you can see the Zongo here. It depends. Look at this. This is what we have. Yeah. No, we are creating this. So it's something like this, right? Create table. That we should call it profile. I think profile is a reserved word. What am I saying? Yeah. Let's do it my profile. I feel like it's a reserved word. If you look at it, the color doesn't. So what is the first one? The first one is name, right? So you have name. What should be the data type? Why varchar? So if I do this, or like varchar or nchar, like they are all expecting characters. Yeah, like A to Z. Yeah, So all these ones are expecting things like that. Okay, but if I do this, I'm saying 100 of the cars, like 200 of the cars. You get it? But I like other contributions. What else? Name. Someone said we should use varchar, and we are asking the person, why should we use it? Yes, car can also accommodate both numbers and letters. Actually, if you say car, you are indirectly saying string. It's just that, like multiples of cars. If you type A is a string, but it's a car. Double, 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 then it forms a string. The name itself rings a bell. The var, that is vary. Are we okay? So a character that vary. That is why we are. So varchar means we are going to use a car, but it can vary. Are we okay? And if you look at the Excel bar set, let's see something. How is it length? So you see they are varying. Are we okay? The name varies. Someone's name is 15 characters. Someone's name is 5 characters. Someone is Lyrica, Razak. Different. So it's not of the same length. So we need a car type that varies. Are we okay with that? We are okay. So that is it. But we can assume the maximum. We actually don't know whether it's 10, 15, but we know maybe it can't exceed 64. Someone, unless maybe you get to the Arab land where they have the generation, but even that you can see maximum is 128 or like 100. It will be difficult for someone's name to read that. So though we don't know the exact length, but we know it can go beyond this. So at this point, what figure should we use? That we can all be confident that someone's name cannot go beyond 60. 50, 60, so 55. Are we okay? So that is it. And what again from the Excel? Country, right? So we have country. Now okay, a phone is missing and the owner is here. Control F. Lyrica, what data type do you think we can use for country? Why VACA? Now, let's get this. 1, 2, 3 to 9. They are also characters. Are we okay? 1, 2, 3 to 9. They are characters. Full stop is a character. Basically, everything you can type is a character. You see? Yes, space is a character. Everything you can type is a character. Now, you are using VACA because the country names can vary. You get it? Whether it's numbers or it's whatever it is, your focus is it can vary. So you are making that one to VACA. And country name, let me see, 64. I'm using 64 like I'm just trying to emulate the bit. You know, like pen drive, this is 8 gig. From 8 gig, there is no 10 gig, 16 gig, 32 gig, 64 gig, 128. So just to be fine with, to kind of build some, let me say, default behavior in my, like naming, to create a convention. So if it's not 32, then what I will use is 64. Or 16. I'm used to namings like that, so that I wouldn't be wondering like this one should be 20, this one should be 30. I use that convention. So now what the next one is gender. You see, okay. The next one is gender, and what should we use? So if it's true, you are male. If it's false, you are female. But you know, later you will have to code to convert it. You get it? Because if you look in the database and you display 0, 1 or on, off, or true, false, it doesn't reflect gender. In that case, you will have to reconvert it before you display. So I think we can just use something. We wouldn't have to write a code to indicate this is male. Are you okay? So we can use car, right? If you want to write them in full, like male, female, then we can use car. We can use car. We can use car, and then let's say we make it 6, because that will be the maximum. So if it's female, it will be 4. Now, what are you trading? What is the disadvantage? Let's say if I do gender 6, this one, what is the difference? Come again. The first one is bigger than the second one. In what sense? I think both can accept numbers, both can accept anything, but they all have a maximum of 6. They all have a maximum of 6. Okay, let's do this. Let's call this test, right? Gender test. So you are leaving both. Are you okay? Let's leave both until we get to a point we can see the difference. So it's like one is a check of the other. So what is the next? That is title. So we have title. Agile programmer, what data type should we use for title? Why should we use back? We are using varchar because they are all not of the same length. You get it? The var means vary. So if you are using varchar, like if you type miss, is 4 characters. If you type Mr., 2 characters. If you type prof, is this. If you type dog, is this. If you type this, is 3. They are of different length. So you need the one that can handle a varied one. That's why we are using that. So we are going by that var, and let's say I'll pick 16. The next one is profession. The person's profession. So profession. But which data type should we use? Which data type should we use for profession? The same varchar, for the same reason, right? So that's it. Varchar, and let's say profession, let's say 64. The last one is let's change this one to something like date of birth, and then the person's salary, the person's is it marital status. I just want something that will give a different data type. That's why I'm trying to push this one in. So okay, we have age, we have email. The person's email will come, and then the person's mobile, the Slack. We don't have age. Okay, someone is saying we don't have age, so this is it, age. Now we have age. Slack. So go to golfstate.com, then slash your name. So let's move on with the table. The next one is the person's position. No, we've changed that. So date of birth. So we this is it. This is what you're expecting to see, or yeah, this will also work. Is it? This one or mine? Okay, that is artistic, but I actually see this more cleaner than, especially if the lengths are not the same. You see one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. But I prefer to bring them all straight. Is it? Like you bullet them. But it doesn't change. You know, it's just a line and then you break and yeah. The title, okay. TI, the capital T, okay. But it doesn't matter capital or small. If you use the Workbench, if you use this one and you even make it capital, it will automatically make it small. This is an old ID, but the Workbench, that if you make it capital, it will leave it like that. But whether capital or small, you can create it. Is the, let's say the libraries you'll be using or the frameworks that can say maybe if it's capital, make it capital when you are calling. But you doing the database is your own convenience. If you want to make them capital, you make them capital. So let's continue, please. Date of birth. Date of birth, and that should be date. I should have asked. I don't know why I hurried to. So then salary. It should be, what should salary be? So someone says vaka. Someone says integer. Someone says double. So we've gotten integer, we've gotten double, we've gotten vaka. Which one should we use for salary? Integer. Why integer? So let's say your salary is so if you pick your slip and this one is cut off, okay. Okay, I get your argument. He's looking at something like this, right? So that is why he said vaka, because now the challenge you have for example, if they say at the end of the year there is 10% increment. You get it? In that case, you need to write a code that will split this to only get the figure and multiply it by 10 before you come and join it again. Are you okay? You get it? You don't understand? If you say this is perfectly fine, you can go with it, but it comes with a lot of challenges. You know, these are figures you want to manipulate later. Like how much did you pay for this month? You know, you can't multiply this by 2. Or if you have 10 staff or like 10 people, everybody is picking this. You can't multiply this by 10. This is select this by 10. And then let's just execute that one. So it will not work. Because this is not a number. So in that case, you will have to find a code that will split this and put this one somewhere. Then it will do this multiplication. I think because these ones are there. Select this. So after getting this, before you go and bring that currency back. Now let's take a note of this rule. If you are designing database, or if you are working with database, or if you are working with data, it's easy to join than to split. This is a fundamental rule. Let's take note of. If you are working with data, it's easy to join than to split. So if you think this one, if I split it, later I'll go through the hassle to join them. Or if I join, later I'll go through the hassle to split. Then choose the first one, split. Because the hassle to join them is minimal compared to when you leave them that way and later you have to split them. Are you okay? So that is the concept of atomicity. They call atomicity. Like, get them in units. So instead of like this one having the Ghana currency, make them units. So this will be a separate thing. This will be a separate thing. Later when you need to join them, that one is easy. But if you join and you are splitting, you go through hell. Are you okay? So let's move on. Where were we? So now that means the var is out, and you said you don't want to throw away your passwords. So that means we can use integer to handle it, because integer will throw away the passwords, the decimal part. So the double, any other that can challenge the double. What other data type can challenge the double? Now let's see something. Let's see the size of double. Okay, this people now they bring my data. I want us to see the size of double. So now these are the data types. What is double? This is double. A large number with floating points. It uses 8 bytes. They didn't state the actual figure, the range. Now if you take this one, this is also an integer, right? But look at the range. What figure is this? Pence, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This sets. This Cetilion or something. It has something like that. So if you are going to employ people, be paying them 1,000, 2,000. Why should you reserve such a space that is ready to save something like we can mention? Are we okay? So we didn't get the double, but double 2 is such a huge figure if you are using it to save. So double can save alright, but it's too big. Are we okay? Now there is this. There is decimal and there is numeric, right? I've gone through both. What is the difference? I'll read it, later I'll forget. I'll go back again, let's say a year or so later, I'll read the difference, I'll forget. So what it's telling you is, you can use both. Right? If you have to do with money, use either numeric or decimal. I read one blog and the guy said, in terms of precision, decimal is smarter than numeric, but I've never seen the difference, especially with our data that is like two decimal places, 3 decimal places. You don't have any problem with it. Are we okay? So to work with money, is either numeric or is decimal. Are we okay? Now you have control over it. What is the length of the characters that you are going to put in it? For example, this, if I type this, that is 4, right? So that means this has a chance to go to 9999. This will be the maximum. So if I put here 4, then I mean my data, I can have a value bigger than this. If I make it 5, then it goes up to this level, right? That is what it means. So if there is possibility of you paying someone 99,999, then 5 is fine. Now there is this challenge, the decimal. The decimal part is also factored. Are you okay? So if you put 5 here, that is the length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But how many of these should be decimal? Are you okay? I'll say 2. Let's say 2 of these should be decimal. In that case, practically I'm left with 3. Then in that case, my figure cannot take 99. It can only take a maximum of 999. So when deciding, you factor the decimal part. What I normally do is I pick the maximum, like I do 19 and I do 9. So that means the first part is 10. It can go up to 10, starting with 1, or like 9999 up to 10 degrees. Then the decimal 2 can go up to 9, especially when it's relating to accounting. They like to down to the limit. So, or maybe you can have here 10 and then here 2. So in that case, here we'll be left with 8. So in that case, you can have a maximum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 0.99. This is the maximum figure you can save there. Please, are we okay with this? So I'm going to choose this, and I'll choose this, a lot of decimal places. But when you are ready to display it, you do away with them, and then maybe left with 2 decimal places. So that is it for salary. Now, what's next? Marital status. Now, what data type should we use for marital status? Car or VACA. So let's say marital status. I prefer to do it this way. Marital status VACA is a maximum 16. Now, what is next? Email, and then finally mobile. So we have email, VACA, wherever you are. If your email is more than 64, that is problematic. So mobile. Now, what should be mobile? Numan, what data type should be mobile? Numeric. Int. Is it? Okay, int. So now let's do this backup. Mobile test, and then let's say VACA this, right? So we are creating a duplicate so that you can see the effect of both the integer and then the VACA, just like we did for the gender. The same gender, but we've used car here, and the same gender we've used VACA. We want to see the difference. So that's it. We are done with come again. Int. I've created a duplicate, and then we are making that one VACA. Int. I think by default it will put 11. It will put 11 in it. But integer itself has its range. You get it? So if you don't even specify, integer has its range already. If you say big int, it has its range. If you say small int, it has its range. I think there's something like that here. For example, if I say tiny int, then this is the maximum it can go. So if here I make here tiny int, then I don't need to specify in it, because the system already knows tiny int, the maximum is 255. So this is the structure. Remember, you are creating it inside the Zongo Hub. In that case, you have to make that one the default database before you create this. If not, it will go under the test. So, hoping everything is fine. What is it saying? This is int. And then we run it. Okay, it's created. Have you all been able to create it? Now, when done, let's all put 20 records in it. When we are done, let's put 20 records in it. This is how, is it? 20. I want to increase the error margin. The possibility of getting errors. Yeah. Is yours created? Maybe your session expired. you've been there for a while without typing anything. If you have any client, you just connect it. Where is it? Let's say this one, for example. If I close it and I want to connect, I want to get my admin, right? By default, if you go to the interface, it tells you the port that is using this port. So that is just all. You put that port here, is a local host, the username, and then the password is using this password. That's all. You'll be able to link the database in the phpMyAdmin into any of MySQL clients you have. Please, are we fine? Let's say the whole thing is I don't want to use the browser. I have let's say this installed, so it will ask of your details. I'm using localhost. Now if you come here, these are the details. I'll just feed into whatever client I'm using. So it's asking of what is it? It's asking of the server is localhost, the username is root, that is it here. The password is USBW, and then the default database test. In this case, we've created Zongo, so I can use the Zongo hub as Zongo hub. And the port, mostly when you launch MySQL will be using this port. This is what you will see. But this application is telling us to use 3307. So in that case, you have to change this one to 3307. That is all. And then you create connect. So it's connected to the phpMyAdmin. And not just that, there are so many of the clients you can use. When you test, you see this one they've stopped developing it by small. This one, this is the query side, and this is the administration side, the server management. It's two of this that they've combined to the Workbench. Are you okay? So if you are using the Workbench, you are using this query browser and its administration side. They've now merged everything into Workbench. So that is it. That is it. So let's put some data into it. That's if you are done creating it. Your machine fuck up again. Your machine is spoiled. The battery. Okay. I'm suspecting the plug, so.
Yeah, this one. That's right.
Where I was staying, it took me like 2 years to realize that thing is spoiling my things. Phones. You just be there, you sleep, you wake up, your battery has spoiled. So there was a day, like I had to travel, so I worked. I say I'll just go in, the next day I'll come. Then I off my machine, I pack it, I came back, my battery has spoiled. No, then I say it's this machine. So from there I started monitoring, and I realized it kept spoiling things. I said, okay, you are spoiling my things. Please, are you okay with this? Do we all have it? Ajia, you've created it. That's good. It's done. It's there. You've done it. We are going through the database design, but I want us to use test data as an example. So when we create this and we start using this, you see the need to, no, let me go and create country table. No, let me go and do this. When you meet the hardcore challenges. Yes, Ajia is done. No. She's coming to connect it. That what? No activity within 1,440 seconds. Please log in again. The problem is, it will likely clear this one to back it up, right? Do backup. Paste it there, and then refresh this so that it will log in again. If you hadn't done that backup, what you have typed will have disappeared. Are you okay? Yes. Yours is created. Okay, that's fine. Baki, is yours created? Okay. So that means we can move on. Let's insert the data into it. So those done, you can start inserting the data. So I have the insert. Into my table. This into my profile. So I have. The first one is name, gender, country, name, country, gender, test, profession, date of birth, salary, marital status, email, mobile, and then mobile test. So this is supposed to be here. It's supposed to be here. So first person. We have you can input your own data, or for consistency's sake, let's use one so that our queries will be the same. So okay, in that case, let's push just this 16, but from here going you can put anything else. No, I think even with different data still, you just have to modify yours. That's all. If let's say you are searching with E, you can search with K. So wherever you get data, you push it in it and get 20 records. So So let me also struggle and get my these ones are copyright. No one should use them. So let's see. But yeah, I said it, but I realized even with different data, the query will still work. The query will still work. Your country is Togo. Your gender is let me use male. Your gender test is male. Then profession. This thing always gets me confused. What profession is? Profession A. And then what is next? Date of birth. 2010. Then we have salary. Marital status. Marital status was Barker. So married. Email. Mobile. First one is the second test. Okay. Then it's not easy to get 10. Email. My sister, that's good. I've been saying it several times. If you don't get error, you will not have experience. Because the more you solve the errors, that is the experience you are accumulating. What is it saying? The problem. What is it saying? I'm not here. Or bring it and let's see.
Based on the version
email back. No, it can't say it will not accept. Every version should accept this. Sometimes they don't tell the truth. Bring it and let's see. The error messages, they are not reliable. Sometimes they don't tell the truth. So let me try and push mine first and see. Okay, mine is gone. So I have the first record. So Jalil Mohammed, Ghana, mail, artisan. Okay. Is the Slack back? What are they? They're putting some Z on your Slack. Okay, that's not yours. That person we are through is sleeping. That is being bad. Okay. It's telling you to check the manual. Name, gender, password, title, profession, date of birth. For the syntax name, email. Where is the email? Okay. Yes. You see this backer. You didn't indicate the site. This one 64. This one bracket open bracket. What should be the maximum?
How was it?
60. Yeah, run again and let's see. Duplicate name, gender. Yes. See, I made mine. I made one gender and then the other one is gender test. What is it? Gender underscore test. So that we can have the same name. Or you can make it gender 1, gender 2 or whatever. Test. Like anyway, that's fine. So let's yeah, testing to see there. Okay, so date of birth. There's column salary, so that one to be said the salary test.
No, I made it true.
Okay, so
I wanted to check for the
double.
The double. Is it like that one, right?
The double will be fine, but just that there will be enough space reserved. You get it? Like, you know, this one you are doing, you are allocating memory spaces to save things. So imagine it's like you are reserving this room for only one person. We say double. You are reserving enough space for maybe maximum person you will pay with like 100,000. But double is, we saw the figure. It's reserved a space that can handle. Look at this. If you use big int, you are reserving a space that can save number up to this. But maybe your figures you'll be dealing with are in thousands. So why should you let the computer reserve a space that can hold million, billion, trillion, trillion, and a figure big like that? You don't need it. And so you don't use int, then you go and use something like a small one. So that is, the double will work fine, but you've actually reserved too much space, which you will not make use of. Okay, now enter the data. This thing is too much dirty work. Let's just put 5. For 5 struggle. Yes. I'm changing the date of birth. I'm changing everything. What am I putting there? Is that a title? There is profession and there is... What am I putting for profession? 1, 2, 3, 4th one is profession. I didn't even list title. Yeah. So let's say Mr. Please, are you on track? The data entry. Yeah, I'm struggling here. Yeah, 5. But if you are done and waiting, I think you can add more. It will serve a purpose if yours is many. Please, let's look at this place. These are the two telephone numbers, right? You know, one is integer and then one is varchar. So that's why I'm putting this one raw and then this one into a quote. So that's it. Let me please, can we move on? You've gotten your how many? So let's see what is in it. I think my profile, right? Is it? This is mine. Now let's see something. The difference. That's right. Let's see the difference. The integer and the varchar we chose. Let's look at this person. A minute. Now, let's see. Let's say for this person, right? surprise him. Doesn't know what is on the way coming. Let's see. Let's say Thursday. Please, let's look at this. Let's please pay attention to this. Now, this is his number, right? This is for the integer. Yeah.
I don't understand the sequence.
Then Neo, he's back.
Okay. You don't get the sequence.
How are you doing? I told you your allowance is in right? And this one, there's not any big money. So we can't do some easy or what you call. I just make it a table talk. But unfortunately, you're not getting the 3 months, you're getting 2 months. So the initial and next week, look at how we're going to talk about it. I hope you know how much it is. 100 a month. So you write your name, you sign and then you pick your name.
So we have a list. Let's go by doing something that's right.
Now you want to make sure that they have signed that they are taking the money. This attendance, so you sign and you pick them.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe if there is more space, you can sign.
I heard some of you say you don't want.
Yes, I heard it too.
So you say not very up. Just bundle into NPM package and let me just show it to myself.
I will have let him go. Marketing in our mind. One package is 50. And you need about 4 of them. We have
Say, I'm playing this how many man? How many man will you want? I'll take down the post office. The more how?
It's blowing there.
More how?
I should have taken it.
One years one, right now the group in there empty. I'm waiting. There's a fully comfort now. What your hips are. What group in there empty? Waiting. Charlie, come already. Eric, I'll be fine. Come already here.
At all.
Come and do a hot and make my soul.
I told him to have a nice day.
Come on, buy before.
Hey, they have to be the cat, right? 2.5 the cat.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And we know those who are supposed to come and listen. So I went home. We see how 1 week can. I said, when I'm judged, I know who has opened this. I mean, I said, see a Jimmy Engineer and I go. They said, Jipay TNT. Not the fear. I would say that about the world. You know what? Come and buy it. They're very nice. Yeah, mobile.
Where is the everyone can hire Uber. Some of you are one side of your pocket.
selling Nigeria.
Where is it? Yeah, more fun. Let's go fun. Let's go fun. Well, come in here. Go shop. I'm going to go. Okay, they're for you.
Stay together. I know it has. Okay. If I bring this one here, is that not the same comma? Watch, see this. What shows there is no comma? I just put the comma down. Yes. I think I touched some of your things. No, I did some that way before you. I was thinking, I got a if I'm doing something and I get money, I can't continue. Seriously. Is it? No, not yours. We are conversing.
What happened to them?
Don't worry, we'll come to the mountain. I'm taking you to the mountain.
What happened to them? Are they saying, you don't want
I think that was about 2013. I think 2013 also. I had done some work. So I was there and then Faculty of Agric, they called. I didn't know. I just got the check, 1,003. I closed work. I came back and picked my bag and left. My boss called me as I'm home. What are you doing as I'm enjoying? So I'm coming in. Please, let's look at this one. Let's look at this. I want us to understand those two things we did. The telephone number, whether we should use integer or we should use varchar. Like things like gender, should we use car 6 or we should use varchar 6? That's what we are doing. So let's just look at it this way. We have this information. Now this is what we are putting in. This is the one we put in as integer, and this one we put it in as varchar. So let's see, the name is this. So let's push this to the database. I hope it's gone successfully. So it's gone. So now let's go and look at it. I think where name is this. Now this is that information. Now if you come to this part, you see what has happened to the integer. Yes, this is the first one, the zeros. Because if you say integer, you see the zero as useless. But in numbers, in telephone number, we need the zero. So we store it as, though it's numbers, but we store it as varchar. Are we okay? Now let's look at the other one, the gender. Let's go to edit. Where can we find edit? Or maybe we can copy. Copy with name, with copy. I just want to copy this field. So if you get 200, you know the boss. He has gotten 200. So where do we get this? Where do we get this? Where is? I'm searching for edits. Okay, let's go in this way. If we come here, let's refresh. We have this. I think we can write this, and then here we should have. I think it's a screen resolution. Tajuddin. Value in pure. This is the test, and then let's see these things are not showing well the way I like. If you say car 6 and then you put M in it, you realize it will add empty spaces to fill the 6. Are you okay? My resolution, I'm not seeing the edit button. Other than that, if you go to edit and you try to copy the content, you see that spaces has been added to the card to make out the 6 you reserve. But if you use varchar and it can only take 2, it doesn't fill the remaining with empty spaces. Are you okay with that? Let's see this one here. Now you see, we are using the same code here, right? So, but instead of schema, database will work, right? This. Yeah, it's telling me any of them will work. So that means we are even lucky, we are not guessing anything. So this is the same thing. The other one was MySQL, and this is SQL Server, but the same code is working. So let's say Zongo Hub, we've created. So let's make it default. And to do that, you select it here, somewhere here, Zongo Hub. Let me refresh it. Where is the Zongo Hub? This one to use created. Okay. So the schema is doing something different, right? So we've created that. Let's select it. We've selected that one. Let's create a table with just 2 columns. Let's see my profile, and then let's see gender car 6, and then we have gender test var 6. So that's it, we are done. So we insert into my profile values. So the first one is let's say male, the same male. So let's say female. So we've insert these 2 records in them. Now let's see something. If we come under table, so that's it here, and then we go to edit. This is, look at something. If there is empty space here, you see it has added space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus the M making 6, and here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus the M space. But this one is just that var. So if you use car and what you are putting in is not up to what you specified, it will add empty spaces to fill it. But if it's exactly, then fine. But if it's not up to, it will use empty space to fill it. So that is the difference, like one of the things you have to take note of. So the car mostly is used if all your items are of the same length. Are you okay? If all your items are of the same length, then car will be faster than var.
If they are the same length, if they are exactly the number of characters.
Yeah, that is what I mean, length. The same number of characters. For example, if you have telephone number let's say you can assume they are all 10. We are not adding the country code, the same 10. If you know every telephone number will be 10, use car 10, var car 10, var 10 will work, var car 10 will work. But in that scenario, technically the car will be faster than the var car because of how it's implemented. But if the lengths are not the same, then use var car. If not, you'll be wasting spaces if you use car.
The telephone number transferred to, you know, we tested the telephone, the EPI.
Okay.
That side too, we can also do the car, like, the car.
Yeah.
For the telephone.
Yeah.
Then I will set it to include something like class or variable. Sometimes you see some telephone numbers like the first lady with an in bracket and then the remaining.
Yeah.
We can use that instead of
I think the integer we've talked about it. That particular 2 columns, I've talked about it. Is here. This is the effect. I think that is the last one. I've done this. When you use integer, it do away with the initial zeros, and then when you save it as var car or car, you get your zeros. But if you want to, we will get there. I made mention of the atomicity of how your, for example, how do you want to format your number for display? Let's say if report, how do you want your final report, how do you want to display the number? Do you want to have the number in brackets plus 233 will come nicely, then maybe we separate this. Then remember the rule. If it splits, it's easy to join than when it's joined and you are splitting. In that case, your database design, you separate it. Instead of telephone number, you will have like country code and the number. So they are separated in your database already. In that case, when you are displaying, you can concatenate it. If not, and you concatenate, and let's say you want to see which of these numbers is Ghana, then you have to write a script to split the first 4 or 3 characters and be checking them if it's Ghana. So depending on how you want to get your final format, that is what should guide you how you have to split your database, the fields. For example, we use name. Let's say we normally get it in our emails. You will see, let's say maybe if you've applied for something, they will say, dear, let's say Abdul Jalil, or they will mention your full name. Right, dear, then your full name will come. But ideally for email, it should have been just, let's say, your first name, like dear Jalil. You get it. But they don't have the data splits. You get it. So if you want to have situations like that, then in your mind, you don't create a field in your table and call it name. You split them. But in your display, you can join them and people will be seeing it as full name. But behind the scenes, they are in each column. The first name is there, the middle name is there, the last name is there. Sometimes they can even get a column for initials. So if you are to join, then that one is easy. So we'll get to that. We will see the challenges with what we have done. It's very terrible, but I want us to pick it from here. So like you will see why you shouldn't do it this way. Okay, so I said it, if I get money, I can't work again. I don't concentrate. Oh, you are concentrated. Should we go on? Let's go on it. So, Pizza. You are here worrying him with database code. Hey, we say wassalam. But errors, let me. Please, let's populate the data more. The table we've created. Let's populate more. If you can even populate up to 100 in querying to help. Yes. Like if you have to do groupings, you have to do so many things. If your data is large, it will help you. We just did some 10 minutes thing. It wasn't much. Yeah. They'll get it tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. It's still giving the error.
Yeah, I decided to
We have internet.
Yeah.
Push it to this place for the clip. Yeah, clip. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't taken it from media first Telegram.
Yeah, even Telegram is. No, it doesn't matter. So. You paste it. Telegram. Yes. No, like I have internet, it's not coming. So
Maybe I buy it.
Is that where you put the proposal? You have to.
Yes. Where the
proposal is. No, that's not where you put this to.
The other one. Good afternoon.
So.
I've sent it to you.
You can delete it. He hasn't seen it yet. And then delete from. But this one he has seen it. And the good thing with Telegram is if you delete, it doesn't leave traces. Like WhatsApp, it doesn't leave traces. So, what's it? Ability table.
How do you come out that? The giant is maybe also very shaky. All your two anymore. You want you to say
oh, we said them in our poor.
okay. Maybe no money push it first.
There's one
driving a corruption is going to go down here. It's like going off the top driving.
Hey, I deal with that so download. So down the idea change the one.
Yeah, this also is
Okay. I'm coming. Go and search for the money. They are not serious. Even right here, they are underlying something.
Just to see how I
This bracket is supposed to be for the colleague to have his own.
But you can't wait.
Yes, it went. So many errors. We were doing something different. How do I push this? Make mention of this one, this guiding of profession. People come here, this basic has been put. This has been put. This one, there is one code missing.
this one.
Single is a backup.
Those ones.
This one.
My year of birth.
They are something you can. I just put them here and it worked. But I had to do away with basic things. Yeah. Yeah. Let me look at the
proposal. Like, yeah, for now I'm using PHP.
Which one are you comfortable with?
I was going to think of the PHP heavy, but documentation.
Your voice being low. What do you go on? I come out like I come out for class. Numan, is it okay? I bring it and let's see. This time, this weekend, if I don't travel, I'll have time. But other than that, Monday to Friday, but this weekends I like it, I'll not go anywhere. Are you on Telegram? Push the code to me and then let's look at this here.
And Telegram?
Yeah.
I'm not installed Telegram.
But I have it on phone.
Oh, now maybe I'm so bad that
You, I said,
that Nipa also or two in what has obeyed you shake it one thing.
I said, could you marry you? I said,
Namia Mimitia
Paka, you couldn't marry.
Mia Mimitia Chilu distance or 20 more or also be you shake it.
One format. No, just
You can send it here.
unless can't you do anything so that it can?
You can. The web is a Telegram web. log in, choose your country and put your telephone number.
So it would mean that for your situation,
Put your telephone number.
your situation, you will have to. So how long have you been
Or criteria will be a few.
So how is that?
所以我不喜欢这样子。我很喜欢。
Yeah, there's a copy of it.
And tell us I use Telegram.
So many things.
Then is enough at
That is causing it. That is not making it. So, if I paste settings to this, everything is fine. So, values. These are real values we are putting in. So, I shouldn't know that. You don't pay
Actually, there's an announcement and there's some development. Everybody is supposed to bring back tendencies, right?
So what?
Now, the media is saying this and
what?
Yes, me as well as there now.
They see on Nigeria for parliament, you can see how they know more.
yeah.
Then you send this one.
So
Hey.
yeah, so you were saying that.
Yeah.
No, they will take you some. Oh, I'm serious. So you thought I was joking.
What about
You let us not to be trusting you again. Hey,
what about
Abdallah. Obey me, dear, a woman, you're the best now. You see a Judy Abdallah. Abdallah.
Okay, please. You know, I cancel.
Remember the one
Yeah, before
we even start.
Yeah.
It's around them.
I remember you made some changes and I talked about it. So finally developing the system without.
Oh, pretty much. That's it. Pretty much. Back up and
You are, it was down.
I think I have one guy. I'll contact him. Let me see. Basically, there's this concept they call open science hardware. Science hardware. Mostly we do with these controllers and sensors. Check around you can get emulator. Like sensor emulators. You can kind of emulate the environment for prototyping without using the physical device. So do that research to that particular sensor you find how there are ways to emulate it. They have this zone X and that is the platform the money those controllers. So I'll do that inquiry. But you can inquire and see if there's latest. It's still easy.
Just like you watching movies.
Just look to me.
That's why I'm going to.
Okay, I will come back.
Charlie. Oh, too much. I'll lie now. Now we are compact.
That was but I think what we did is
But how would you know? No, whatever you are going to tell them, say it here.
No. What should I do?
Okay, I'm
serious.
Okay.
What should I do?
What's about it?
So, Charlie,
but the because of marketing, that into our initially she was enthusiastic about it. At a point in time, I said, let's do it. She was like, no, let's say she was far. But the things were not fine. Do you think we should have another one? Come on, sir. No, I don't have anything. But initially, it's okay. Yeah, I think it's like